Hey, how's it going? Today's video is going to be on Hybrid Solutions Graphene Pure Shine, how I use it and what I think of it. I use it exactly the same way, pretty much, as the ceramic spray coating and the flex wax. The directions do tell you to put one or two mists on the panel itself and then buff with a microfiber. They also say under heavy wind conditions that you can spray directly on the microfiber and put it on the surface that way. That is my preferred method, is to put it on the microfiber and then wipe it in. I feel you get better coverage, and the protection offered by the Pure Shine is actually applied to the car. You're not just wiping it with a semi-damp cloth. So what I do is I spray it into the cloth and wipe gently with light pressure, just enough to hold the cloth down and evenly cover the surface. And I continue wiping until it's practically disappeared. This is it's very close to a wipe on and walk away type product, but me being as focused on detail and OCD as I am, even if it was advertised as wipe on and walk away, I would still do a final buff with a clean dry towel. That's just because that's the way I am. And so that's what I recommend doing. The entire car has been coated with the exception of the trunk lid. I'm sure, like I said before, you're tired of seeing my hood because that's all I've ever shown. So I'm going to take my towel. It's been shaken up real well. And for something the size of the trunk, I'm going to do one full spray into the towel. It was washed about 28 hours ago, and it's been sitting in the garage, so it's a little dusty. So because of that, I'm using a slightly more plush towel than I normally would. That way the fibers of the towel can pick up any dust particles and move them away from the car's surface to avoid swirling or scratching. So I've sprayed the towel, and I'm going to come over here and just real quickly demonstrate how I use it. That's all there is to it. It's that easy. And you can, I don't know how well it appeared on camera, but this stuff flashes very fast and almost completely. On the trunk lid itself, there is almost no residue or high spots left to polish off. But like I said, my OCD won't let me leave it that way, and I have to do it. So if you hold on 1 second, I'm going to get another towel. Okay, I picked up my removal towel. It's the Meguiar's water magnet waffle weave car drying towel. It's intended to be used to dry a car, but like I've mentioned before, it doesn't do that well. It's just simply not bulky enough to absorb the amount of water on a car, even after a flood rinse, but is for a very light product removal, or in this case, a final wipe. It excels. Primarily because there's absolutely no lint. And on a car that's black and as highly polished as mine, lint shows up like neon paint. That's a fact of life. Anybody that's worked on a black car, especially one that's already very highly polished, shiny, glossy with depth, we can tell you and attest to that black is probably one of the hardest ones to get looking right. So to remove it, I just take the towel, flap it onto the hood, and do a quick light wipe. That's it, it's done. And I could tell, even while applying, just how slick this stuff is, how slippery it is. And while removing it, it seems to have increased that much more just in the minute or so that it took me to explain everything and get the microfiber to remove it. If you have any questions, this stuff has become my go-to after every wash, at least during wash season. This is probably going to be one of my last videos on how I do things as far as using products, because it's starting to get cold real quick. I believe it's only in the low 50s today, maybe a little bit warmer than that, but not by much. And since my garage is not heated, I'm seasonally detailing. When it comes to winter, I can't do anything except maybe go through a self-serve with a pressure washer or the touchless washes, which are good and bad, because no, nothing touches the car, but the soaps they use, since nothing touches the car, are a lot stronger and they have more of a effect on whatever coating or wax or sealant you have on the car, so they won't last as long. Plus, it doesn't get the car totally clean, it just knocks the big stuff loose. So, like I said, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them or contact me on my email, which is in the description of the channel. Talk to you later.